there is hope. Hope that one of the greatest franchises in the history of video games might be getting a revival. Now, it's not confirmed, but there's at least conversations happening in Crystal Dynamics for a return of Legacy of Kain. Now, I'm going to detail this below. In the description, you're going to find a link. This link is going to take you to the survey that Crystal Dynamics has published. And in this survey, they're really asking for information as to what you would like to see in a new Legacy of Kain game, be it a complete reboot of the franchise, a remaster of an older game, or a complete remake from the ground up, or just be it a sequel to the existing games already. And they're asking you to detail what genre you would like the game to be, and what genres you would hate the game to be. What are your most important attributes you consider, allocated to a game like Legacy of Kain? What things you consider really important to the franchise? It's asking you to talk about the storytelling, the script writing, the voice acting, the combat, the puzzles, the vampiric lore itself, the Shakespearean way that the people speak to each other. It's asking you to let them know what you consider to be a very important thing that a game like this needs to have. And this at least tells us that conversations are happening inside the studio, that they are considering bringing back Legacy of Kain. Now, I think there's only one thing that makes sense. They have to reboot the franchise. Now, I know many people might be against that, but gaming has grown so much since PS2 and PS1, right? The only fans of the series are fans like me and people who were around in the PS1, PS2 era who played the games and fell in love with them. But there's a lot of people out there that only know of Legacy of Kain because of its legacy, because it's a well-known, established series. But even then, really the only people that really know are the people who played it, who were there when those games came out. They need to relaunch this series, reboot it into a whole new audience. That's what they need to do. And come on, man. It would be great to replay Blood Omen, the original, to replay the original Soul Reaver, which launched on the PS1, as a next generation game on the PS5, Series X, Series S, PC, to play it with all the modern technology driving and fueling it. Can you imagine what that would be like now? It'd be fucking great. And it's a series of all the series that have been left buried in the past. Legacy of Kain, there's no more deserving than that. The story of Raziel and Kain, it needs to be retold. We need to be able to revisit that fucking franchise. So it's exciting to me that there's at least conversations happening inside of Crystal Dynamics that this is going to happen. Obviously right now they're just data mining, trying to find out what the common consensus is before they pull the trigger on any one idea. So obviously we're not even in pre-development yet. So this is years and years and years away. We're not going to get this for a very long time, but at least there's hope that it will. And I had given up hope, right? I had given up any idea that this game would ever come. That I just thought Legacy of Kain is a game that's going to be left. I was even going to do something on this channel, a series called Bring It Back, where I was going to cover all the games like this that had just been left in the past. Because in this day and age where remasters and remakes and the revival of old games is so common, it seemed completely mental to me that Legacy of Kain was just left there to die. What, we get a Call of Duty every fucking year, but Legacy of Kain is just gone? Come on, man. But are you excited? What would you like to see? If they decided to do this, what would you like to see them do? I don't think a sequel makes any sense because most people, and I do mean most people, would never have played Defiance. They wouldn't have played Soul Reaver 1 and 2 and Blood Omen 1 and 2. They won't have a clue what's going on. Right? They need to introduce new fans to this legendary series, because it is a legendary series and it hasn't had an equal ever since its departure from gaming. It hasn't. It's so unique in its storytelling. I think they need to reboot it. I'd like to see it start with Blood Omen 1, but really I think it needs to be Soul Reaver. Blood Omen 1 just wasn't really a big or deep enough of a game just to remake now into a AAA game. But Soul Reaver 1, now that is a great jumping point. That's a great starting point for this series. And you know what? Who knows? If they're doing this, they could easily have Blood Omen, the events of Blood Omen and Soul Reaver just be one game. That's very possible. Just to be one big game. Have the events of both just be one. Because Blood Omen 1 wasn't that big. They could do that. And that would be fun. But anyway, that's the video. What do you think about it? What would you like to see? Go into the description. You'll find the survey. Fill it out. It doesn't take that long. But there's even sections you can write your own thing, and you can give the developers your own ideas, your own thoughts. Give them feedback of your own. And I've done that. I'm sure you will as well. Anyway, Legacy of Kain. I hope it happens. I really, really do.